We are so back. Let's get straight to it, man. Self-discipline is the highest form of self-respect. Oh my God. Who does this man think he is saying that? I haven't heard from him in weeks and he want to come back on this. I know. But in my last video, I did discuss how I have a vault, an entire vault of bangers, straight banger videos that I want to talk about. But like I said, I haven't necessarily, mastered the idea or the topics I want to discuss. But which is the reason why I was holding off on doing all of these videos and why I've been absent for a little bit. But that changes today, because instead of waiting for that perfect moment for me to finally master these traits so I can put game on to y'all, we're just gonna learn together, because we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Self-discipline is the highest form of self-respect, and I need to seriously focus on this. I'm hoping everyone else needs to as well, so we can all learn together. That's what we're here for. You cannot be in a position where you tell yourself you're going to do these. You're going to have a whole list of stuff here from top to bottom. From the moment you wake up, for the moment you go to sleep, I'm going to have X amount of things done. I'm going to have X amount of things completed. And then you don't actually complete anything. It goes back to like stick to the plan, not your mood. And it's very easy for people to get like distracted in how they want to do things because motivation. A lot of people, a lot of people strictly rely on motivation, and we already know that is like the silliest thing you can do because motivation comes and goes. We all get those bursts. It's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. We out here doing push-ups. They want to feed generations. We want to save our family from debt. We want to do all these things to, you know what I'm saying, feel like we're a superhero, right? And then now it's 7 o'clock when you said you're going to go to the gym. You wake up and now you're like, nah, I'll go at 9. Nah, I'll go at 12. You know what? I'll start tomorrow. We can't keep doing that. That like you setting these goals for yourself just to like literally tell yourself, just kidding, I'm actually not going to do any of that is literally the lowest form of self-respect. You're telling yourself that you literally do not care about yourself, that you are not important enough to actually make these things happen, which is just dumb in itself. Because at the end of the day, you are all you got, buddy. Whether you like it or not, you are literally all you have, regardless of how cool you are with people, how many friendships, relationships, how much you bond with other people. You are all you got at the end of the day. So you cannot be sitting here like doing that, making a list of things, and then don't even scratch it off the list. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm not like trying to be like, oh, I'm actually been lying to y'all. I don't do any of these things in these videos, but I do. I do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But lately, these past like what week and a half, I've been slacking because I'm not gonna make the excuse. I just have not been doing what I need to be doing at the scale that I know I can. You know what I'm saying? But don't make it seem like I'm like a bum and I'm actually lying to y'all. Like, come on, son, we don't do that. But seriously, man, like back to the main point, like seriously, like we can't be out here telling ourselves we're gonna get these things done, and then when a minor inconvenience happens or some change in our mood happens, we like, you know what, I'm not doing that. You'll get hella motivated when you at work. You know what I'm saying? You understand you there to make this bread. You got these things going on. Once you get this paycheck, you finna go crazy. You finna invest back into yourself and get better every day. And then by the time you get home, because this has happened to me a lot, where I'll like be on the clock and I'm out here motivated as hell. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get to this money. I'm feeling good. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing to complain about. And the second I clock out from work and not like, that motivation's gone, because like I'll be at work, I'm like, okay, when I get home from work, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna get all these things done, Once I clock off from work, I go back to the crib, I take a shower, and I sit down for literally 2 seconds. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take a nap. I take a nap, here it is, I wake up at 7 p.m. because I didn't set an alarm at 7 p.m. Oh, I still gotta go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? And I go to the gym, don't get back till 9. Now I'm too tired. Now it's too dark to be doing anything. I'll just do the rest of my stuff tomorrow. And then the cycle continues. When in reality, I had told myself I was going to do all these things while I was at work, but because of like a simple mood change, like I'm like didn't do any of that. And then you're back to square one where you don't really get anything done. And you're just stuck in this endless cycle of like you're kind of like, just lying to yourself. And people don't even realize that. Like the more you do it, you start building like a lot of I don't know like the exact term, but we're just gonna call it like just negative traits. Like that's like a super generic term. But you start forming all these like negative things about you where you start kind of getting like depressed or upset, sad. You start feeling discouraged because you feel like, oh, I'm not where I'm at. I'm not where I want to be in life. People start going through all these existential crises and things. But the crazy thing about that is that it's something that you can change, you know what I'm saying? And I understand people go through like existential crises and they go through all these things. They don't feel like they have purpose in this life, But they do that to themselves. Most of the time, I'm not gonna lie, people do that to themselves because like you're just lazy. Like it's literally just all laziness. Like when people are actually putting in the effort to do things that they said they would do, I promise they will rarely feel that feeling of, oh, I'm not where I want to be at. Like, what am I doing? I'm just such a piece of shit. Like then they start going through all these distractions, like from going out, partying, smoking, drinking, doing all these things because they do it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I can't emphasize that enough because it can so easily be changed with just that one change, which is just doing what you said you was gonna do. Like literally do it. And the craziest thing about that is that the shit that we be prolonging for so long, we be trying to hold it off to the very last minute. You have to get it done. You literally have to. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna just show up with nothing? Like with school, like there's literally no reason to be like procrastinating anything because you know it has to be done. Are you just literally showing up with nothing? Like me personally, I can never do that. And I never have, never will. Where I'm in a situation where like I have an assignment and I have X amount of time to complete it. I wait to the last minute to complete it. And then I start going through all this stress and like, oh, I can't do it. And I just take my L and show up, be like, yeah, I didn't do anything. You will never hear those words come out of my mouth. I'm not going to lie. But that could easily be changed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, before I even get into that, like what happens when you do that in this hypothetical situation where I'm like, oh, I just didn't show up. Now you start having all these negative thoughts where it's like, damn, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm so dumb. I'm going to be like this forever. You start like discouraging yourself and holding yourself back and talking down on yourself. And I swear to God, like the more that I be learning and reading about, like your mind is literally your strongest asset. It's like, duh, like we already knew that. But people don't really understand that statement. Like you have no idea. Like your reality is like the servant to your mind. Like everything that you see in front of you, everything that you have succeeded in, have you completed everything, it all starts in here. Like that, this is literally like the driver. Like this is what takes you where you need to be at. And if you start doing all these things where like you start purposely BSing in life, you choose to not do anything, not be proactive, not get any of that shit done back there and just sit here playing video games till it's 7 p.m. and make the excuse, oh, I'm just going to do it tomorrow. Like, that's when you start getting all these negative thoughts where it's like, damn, like, I'm stupid. I'm never going to get anything done. I'm going to be in the same spot for the rest of my life. And you probably will. You probably will. And I'm glad you're aware of that because you know you bullshitting. Like, that's literally what it is. You just bullshitting. And it's like we can do better than that. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed, I didn't notice, I've always known that, but like, the reason why we prolong these things, we hold off the hard tasks, the things we don't want to do, is because that feeling of stress. And recently I've been really like breaking down like why do we hold off doing schoolwork? You know damn well, as much as people be complaining, as much as we be holding it off, as much as we try and do everything but the assignment, at the end of the day, we're still going to get that assignment done. Right? Like, it doesn't matter. And we will do whatever it takes. I'll stay up till 5 in the morning to submit it if I need to. Because one thing that I'm not going to do is see that Canvas notification saying there's a late submission or there's a missing. You didn't submit anything. Like, I'm never going to do that. But like, the reason why we prolong those things, back to the main point, is like that feeling of like stress, not wanting to be uncomfortable. And this goes back to like, get comfortable being uncomfortable video I made a while back where it's like you literally gonna have to like just the reason why people don't get that gym membership, they don't do that thing, they don't start that business, they don't do any of these things because they don't want to have to go through that feeling of like of stress. People always want like the easiest route where it's like stress free from point A to point B. Like there's no speed bumps, there's no obstacles. Just get me to where I want to be as quick and as easy as possible. That's literally with everything in life. And dog, you cannot be serious. You cannot seriously believe you will actually make it out successful like that in a life where like you don't go through any hardship, you don't go through any adversity, you don't take any L's, you don't ever experience that feeling of like, dude, like I have no idea what to do right now. And I've gone through that feeling so many times. And the beauty in that is like every single time where I was stressing out because I didn't have the idea right away, but like all I had to do was really just relax and understand that it's okay to not like get everything done right away, and then eventually it's gonna come to me or I'm gonna find some way to get it done. And guess what? It happens every single time. So we can't let that initial idea or that initial feeling be like the determining factor of like, you know what, I'm just not gonna do this shit like at all, because you're gonna have to. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like 9 times out of 10, the thing that you're prolonging, that you're trying so hard to avoid, has to be done. So what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, dog, like I noticed that talking to my peers, like just listening to them talk, how it's like we always hold off doing some shit because it's like we just don't want to have that feeling of like I said, like stress, or like you're annoyed, you're angry, you're upset about like, oh, this isn't working, having to take a couple steps back before you actually start making any progress towards the assignment. I keep talking about assignments, but like all this stuff kind of relates back to like school. I've been noticing a lot of that stuff. Yeah, being at school. I'm in school day in, day out. Like literally, somebody saved me. But like, but literally, it's like that shit is so dumb, man. And we always try and distract ourselves with like good feelings. But you have to, like, you really gotta understand, dude. I say that every video. You gotta understand. Like, you cannot just keep chasing that good feeling every single time to make yourself feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna always be happy. You're not gonna always have that feeling of like, oh man, I'm so relaxed. There's the stress-free, dog. Like, just like, come on, we already knew that. But for some reason, when you say it out loud, people forget that. Like, we're not gonna always have that stress-free life where everything is handed to us. We don't ever have to worry about getting butterflies in our stomach, getting nervous about what's gonna happen, not knowing the unknown. Like, it's part of life, dude. Like, just if you don't get anything else from this video, understand it's part of life. You're gonna have to go through that annoying, uncomfortable situation to like come out better. You know what I'm saying? But like it's literally that simple. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that people get that idea, especially me, because obviously, like I said, like I don't do this shit 100%. Like there'll be times where like, yeah, I'll have a list of A through Z to do, and maybe I'll only get through A through L or some shit. I won't even get half of it done. And I'm trying to really work on that because it's kind of like stupid. Like, I'm tired of seeing the same shit sometimes written down of like everything I'm going to do. And then like the day's over and I still have like 4 things that I'm like, oh, I'll just do it this weekend, knowing damn well I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is one of the main things that I really want to fix too. Cause it's like we can't be out here like just blatantly disrespecting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't respect yourself, how do you expect other people to respect you? You know what I'm saying? And that starts with self-discipline. If you're going to tell yourself, I'm going to get up at 5 in the morning with that 3 a.m. motivation where I said I'm going to go crazy and change my family's life, I'm going to get up at 5 in the morning and go to the gym, do it. Or just stop telling yourself you're going to do these things. Like, just stick to knowing what you can and can't complete. Like, it's literally that simple. Or you can take that step and be like, nah, like I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to get this assignment done. By 12 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to get this, and that done. By next Tuesday, I'm going to get this, and that done. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to do this first thing in the morning, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this, I'm going to do that, blah, blah, blah. And the story continues. But seriously, it needs to be done. That's all I'm going to say. But that's all I got for today, man. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. It is Halloween Eve, so tomorrow I'm finna go crazy. But obviously make another video. But be safe out there. These niggas is crazy. But yeah, I'm gone. Peace.